everyone, it's Alice, and today it is that time of year again where it's time for another book purge. I do these every once in a while. I will go through my shelves and pick out stuff that I don't want anymore, and then once a year I will do a really big book purge, and that's what we're gonna try to do today. Gonna try to be a little brutal and get rid of a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna donate the books to the same place that I always donate them to, which is a local school charity thing. Now, I am gonna do something a little bit different this time. I am going to pick out books from my shelves that are the types of books that I've had for a really long time and I've never read. And every time I do a book purge, I will wonder if I should get rid of it or not, but then I just keep it and then I forget to read it. I'm gonna take those books off my shelves. I have a couple in mind, and I'm gonna put them in a stack. And if I haven't read them within the next certain number of months, I'm just gonna get rid of them. I think that's the only way I'm ever gonna get around to actually maybe reading them. Now, these videos usually end up being quite long, so maybe grab yourself a snack or a drink or something and let's just get started. Alright, so we're gonna start on this shelf today, and here I've got a bunch of white books. This is the shelf that I usually film in front of, and I have some books here that I think I can get rid of, and then at least one that's gonna go into the TBR pile. I'm gonna keep these ones, and then this I'm gonna keep, these two as well, but then here I think I'm gonna get rid of this book. I read this quite a few years ago now. It's a nonfiction book about introversion. It's very, very interesting, and a book I think a lot of people would benefit from reading, but I don't really feel like I need to keep it. I don't think I'm ever gonna read it again. I would never get rid of Strange Weather in Tokyo. This is one of my favorites, and I'm gonna keep my John Krakauer books. I'm gonna keep this is amazing, and I'm not gonna get rid of the Goldfinch, but I am going to put this book in that TBR pile of mine because I've had this for ages and I don't know. I just never get around to reading it. I keep forgetting about it, and I think that I should just put it in the pile and try to read it. It does sound very interesting though. It has essays from all of these different authors about why Jane Austen's work is so important, so this is gonna go in the TBR pile. I actually also think I'm gonna get rid of this book. I've read it, really, really liked it, but it's again one of those books that I'm never gonna read this again, and I think if I want to revisit the story, I'm probably just gonna watch the movie. We've then got these small Picador modern classics that I'm not gonna get rid of. I'm gonna keep those. And then I have a bunch of these Penguin minis, which I'm gonna keep. And then over here I have my photography books, which I would never get rid of. We're then gonna move on to this shelf, which is a mess. This whole situation is just a lot, so we're just gonna go through everything and take a look at it. So I'm just gonna start with this pile because it's here. I'm gonna keep this and this, but I'm gonna get rid of this one. I read this quite recently and didn't really like it, so there's no need to keep it. And then I'm also gonna get rid of this one, I think. I read it and I thought it was really interesting, but I don't think I'm ever gonna revisit it, and I actually think that one of my friends might like this, so I might give that to her. Then we have got Jane Harper, which I'm of course gonna keep. I love Jane Harper, she's my favorite. We've got these two books that I just read, and I'm gonna keep them, and then these I haven't read. So I'm probably gonna keep all of these. I just need to find a better place for them. These books I'm gonna keep because these two I really wanna read, and this one I have read, and I just need to find a place for it on my poetry shelf. And then this is a book that I got sent recently. I'm gonna keep that. This is a pretty recent haul that I just put here because I didn't have space anywhere else. And I'm just gonna keep all of these because they're new books. Here though, I see two books that I can get rid of. This is balancing on here, and hopefully it'll not fall down. But I can get rid of this book. I read it recently, and even though I absolutely love the cover, I I don't know, I didn't really love this, so there's no need to keep it. And then I also think I can get rid of The Chain, which I recently read and honestly didn't really like. On my actual shelves though, I can see that I'm gonna keep these books because I really like them, but I'm gonna put this in my TBR pile. I got this in London a couple of years ago, I think, and I just need to read it, and it's one of those books I feel like I don't actually know if I'm gonna like or not, but I'm gonna put it in my TBR pile and see how it goes. I think I can get rid of this book though. Read it and liked it, but I don't need to keep it. These ones I'm going to keep, and then this one I've read I want to keep, and then I think actually maybe this one I can put on my TBR pile. To be totally honest, this was kind of a cover buy, and I just like got it and put it on my shelves, and then I never thought about it again. So I'm gonna give this a crack and see how it is. I don't even remember what this is about. I'm gonna keep my Game of Thrones books, of course, and then over here I'm gonna keep these ones. I've read this, really liked it, but I haven't read these yet. And then this is one of my favorites. I'm gonna keep that. And yeah, these ones I'm just gonna leave alone. Down here though, we have got One by One by Ruth Ware. I read this last winter and I liked it, but I don't really feel like I need to keep that one. I also read this last year and I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, and I'm not gonna keep going with the series, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This book is Troy by Stephen Fry, which I'm gonna keep, but this book is a book that I've had for years now, and this is one of those books, every time I do a book purge, I'm like, should I get rid of it or not? And then I don't, because I just still want to read it and I love this cover. So I'm going to put this in my TBR pile and try to read it. I'm also going to put this book in my TBR pile. This is another book I've had for a couple of years. It's like a memoir type thing, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, but I think I just need to give it a go to see if I want to read it or not. And I can probably get rid of it once I've read it, even though it is a very beautiful book. The rest of the books on this shelf, I think I am just going to keep. Maybe I should put this one in my TBR stack. I've had this for ages and I haven't read it. I kind of think I got this. I don't remember, but I think it was a little bit of a cover buy, so maybe I should put this in my TBR pile as well. I have had this, again, for years, and I still haven't read it. That means that we can put this book here. And then here I have a bunch of like cookbooks that I'm gonna keep. We've got a novel here that I am going to read at some point. And then over here, I think we're just gonna leave these books alone. On the bottom shelves, I have got Little Fires Everywhere, which I would never get rid of. I have this, which I want to read this fall. I have a bunch of these books. I've had these books for quite a long time and I haven't read all of them, but I think I'm just gonna like leave them here, and then I don't know. I'm just gonna leave them. On this shelf, I'm gonna keep this, and then this is a book that my grandfather gave to me last summer, so I'm gonna keep that. These two I'm gonna keep, but this one I can get rid of. This is a book that I've had for years, but I finally read it not too long ago, and you know, I liked it but didn't love it, and I'm not gonna keep going with the series. The rest of the books here I'm just gonna keep. Now these shelves are like my main shelves, and this is where I feel like we're gonna do the most work, and I'm gonna start over here. Now on the top shelf here we've got a bunch of classics, and usually I just sort of glaze over all of these books, but I'm gonna go through them today and see if I can get rid of some stuff. The first thing we have are these books, which I'm gonna keep. I love these editions, but these ones, I actually think that I can get rid of this one. This is like a really old story. I don't remember what it's about, but I have read it and I remember it being kind of racist. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Then we have got some Patricia Highsmith, which I'm gonna keep. Then I have these beautiful classics, which I'm gonna keep. But I then have this stack of like Penguin classics. And the thing is, I got these because I was in like a time in my life where I bought a bunch of classics, and these were like new editions at the time, and I just thought they looked really good, so I got a bunch. But then I put them on my shelves and then I never looked at them again. So I think I'm gonna get rid of some of these. The one on the top here is also a Penguin classic, but it's not in the same like cover series. I love this book though. It's 1984 by George Orwell. I love this cover. I think it's really cool and I would never get rid of it. I think out of these ones though, I'm gonna keep this one because I actually do want to read this. I just don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I might get rid of this one, maybe. You know what? I do think this sounds interesting, but I honestly just don't think I'm ever gonna read it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then I'm also gonna get rid of this one because I tried starting it and couldn't really get into it, so I don't think I'm ever gonna try again. This one, I think I'm gonna keep because I've heard really good things. This one I'm gonna keep because I really want to read it. The Leo Tolstoy one I'm gonna keep, and then I'm also gonna keep Out of Africa. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm gonna get rid of this one. And I'm gonna keep, let's see. I'll keep 4 of them. I feel like that's all right. On the shelf beneath that, I have a bunch of poetry books, which I'm gonna keep. I have my Iris Murdoch, which I'm gonna keep. I really need to read these, actually. And then I have these ones, which honestly, I think I'm just gonna get rid of these. Last time I did a book purge, I got rid of a bunch of them, but then I kept these 3. And there's no point in keeping them really because I've read 2 of them, I think, and I don't know. Not that interested in these anymore, to be honest. I do love the covers though, which is the main reason that I kept them. My favorite cover out of the 3 is this one. I have kept this for years just because of the cover, but honestly, I don't really want to read it and it's time to let it go. On the next shelf, I have all of my beautiful Persephone books, which I would never get rid of because I love them. And then we have some of these, which I'm also going to keep. And then down here, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot. These are also mostly like classics that I'm pretty sure I want to keep. I really need to read these Nabokov books. I got these like years ago now and I haven't read them. But maybe this year is the year that I read Lolita, finally. I do love these editions though. They're really pretty. Moving on though, we have got this absolute mess, which we're just gonna go through and try to, I don't know, do something about this. So starting in the corner, I'm gonna keep this because I love this book. I'm gonna keep this, which is So You Want to Talk About Race. This is an amazing book and I want to like revisit it, and I'm gonna keep this one. These ones I'm gonna keep, but then here I'm gonna keep Washington Black, but I'm gonna get rid of this book, I think. Ooh, I do love this cover though. It's really cool. And it is quite short. So actually, I'm gonna put this in my TBR pile. That's a good idea because I do still think I wanna read it and maybe I wanna keep it, but I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of this book though. This is Fierce Fairy Tales by Nikita Gill. I actually really like this. It's illustrated and it's really pretty, but I don't think I'm ever gonna read it again really, and I'm sure this is gonna make someone else very happy. I'm gonna keep Notes on a Nervous Planet. I'm gonna keep Strange Planet, which is an amazing book. But then here, I have read one of these 2 books, and I might be able to get rid of the one that I've read, actually, because I don't think I'll read it again. So the one that I've read is this one. This is a nonfiction book about addiction. It was really, really interesting, but like I said, not gonna read it again, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Down here, though, Let's see if I'm gonna keep these ones, and then this one fell in the back. I don't know if I've read this one or not. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I haven't read this one, so I'm going to keep it. But these two books on the bottom here, I have had for years because I just love the covers. I think they're so cool. One is by Helen Oyeyemi and the other is this translated book. I'm gonna put these in my TBR pile because I think that's the only way I'm ever gonna read these. Have I read this one? I don't think so. I'm gonna check, but I'm gonna put these in my TBR pile. I do love the covers though. They're like super shiny and beautiful. I'm gonna fix this later, I promise. Don't worry. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. On the top here, I have this book, which I have read and I liked, but I didn't love, so I'm gonna get rid of it, despite the fact that this is one of my favorite covers ever. I think this book is so beautiful, but you know, I have a lot of books, so I just need to like get rid of stuff. I'm gonna keep these two books, which are two books in the same series. Then we have some Jane Harper, which I'm gonna keep. Then we have a Graham Norton book, which I'm gonna keep. But don't come for me on this, but I am gonna get rid of this book, actually. I know this is a lot of people's favorite book. I read it and I liked it, but to be honest, I didn't really love it. I want to read more from this author, but I don't think I'm ever gonna read this again, and I don't really think it's, I don't know, I'm not gonna use this for a video or anything, so I'm just gonna get rid of it, and I'm sure someone else will be really happy that they found this. Alright, so here we have got The Kind Worth Killing. I'm gonna keep that book. Then we have a Graham Norton book, which I'm gonna keep. These ones I'm gonna keep. Would never get rid of this because it's one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites as well. And then this I really need to read, like a lot of things. Down here though, maybe I should put some of these on my like TBR thing. Maybe this one. I've had this for a really long time and I've heard really good things, but then I just forget about it. I still haven't read it even though I've had it for a really long time. I'm actually gonna go so far that I'm gonna put all of these books on my TBR pile and try to read them because I've had these for ages and I just think that it's the only way I'm gonna get to them. So I'm gonna take these off my shelves and put them in my pile, which I now suspect is gonna end up being very big. Next, we have got The Vanishing Half though, which I'm gonna keep. It's an amazing book. We have The Turn of the Key, which I'm gonna keep. Then we have The Lying Game, also by Ruth Ware. To be totally honest, I forgot that I had this. So maybe I should put this in my TBR pile as well and try to read it. It looks like a good book for summer. I'm gonna keep these books. These are two books in The Kingkiller Chronicle. Still waiting for the third book. I say that in every book purge that I do, but yep, still waiting for those. Really need to read these, but I'm just gonna leave them here. But then here, I think we can take some books out and put in my TBR pile, at least. I'm gonna keep these two on the top here. They're two books by Avril Joy, who I love. The Mars Room, I'm gonna keep. These two, I'm gonna keep. A Christmas Carol. I've never read this actually, but One Christmas, I might do that. I'm gonna keep this one, but I'm gonna put this one on my TBR pile. This cover is beautiful though. I love the design of this. Moving on though, we have got The Bloody Chamber. I'm gonna keep that. We've got some Philip K. Dick. I'm gonna keep that. This is a book about the brain. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that, I think, but I am gonna put, I think, this How to Be a Victorian book on my TBR pile, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in my TBR pile. And also this one, I think, actually. I have tried reading this before, but then I don't know, I couldn't really get into it for some reason, but I'm gonna give this a go. Again, absolutely stunning cover. Lastly, we have this book. I have read this, actually, I think. I'm pretty sure I've read this. And, you know, I put it back on my shelf and never thought about it again, so I think I can actually get rid of this one. Alright, so down here we have another mess of a shelf. We have Queenie, which I really liked and I'm gonna keep. We have Edinburgh, which I'm gonna keep, really need to read that one. We have this Karen Slaughter book, which I need to read. And then here, I'm gonna keep these ones, I think, and then I'm gonna keep these ones, although these might go away in a future purge, to be honest. These ones, though, I actually think that I'm gonna get rid of some of them. I might keep the first one, because that's my favorite one. This is kind of like Alice in Wonderland, just a little bit different. And these are books in the same series, and I didn't really love them. Like, I enjoyed them, but I'm never gonna read them again. I don't actually think I've read this last one, but I also don't think I really want to anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of these 3 books. These are fantastic, like, middle grade books, though. They're really, really fun and light, but yeah. I'm just gonna keep the first one. Then we have got this, Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. This is actually a great book. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep this, and then I'm gonna keep my Hunger Games books. I actually kind of want to reread these, and I'm wondering if I should do a vlog or not. So let me know if you want to see that, because I think it could be fun to reread them now. Then we have The Diviners, which I'm gonna keep, and then these books, which I'm gonna keep, even though I'm never gonna read them again, probably. I just really, I don't know, I have good memories of reading this series, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. On the top of the next shelf, though, we have got these classics. I'm just gonna leave these alone, I think. I have such a hard time getting rid of classics because I don't really remember which ones I want to read anymore or not, and I do love these editions, so I'm just gonna leave these alone. But over here, we have got these, like, modern poets things, and I have read all of these, and I've liked all of them, but I haven't loved any of them. So I actually think I'm gonna get rid of all of them, despite the fact that they're really nice looking. Then we have got these, like, food books, which I'm gonna keep, and then my Murakami's, which I'm also gonna keep. Down here, though, I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this book, because I read it not too long ago, and I actually really disliked it. This is one of those shelves that I've packed too tightly, so it's really difficult to get anything out. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one because I didn't really like it. The other ones I'm gonna keep, though. These ones, I don't remember why I bought these, to be honest, but I like got 3 of them. I think I might have gotten sucked in by the covers because I really like the covers, and I think I've read this one. I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna get rid of it either way. And then, I don't know about these 2. I think I'm gonna put these in my TBR pile. Maybe just one of them. I think we'll look through the TBR pile at the end of this and maybe, like, go through it again, and we'll see what stays and what doesn't. I then have my John Wyndham's, which I'm gonna keep. I have this beautiful edition of The Secret History, which I would never get rid of. Then we have these Roald Dahl books. I'm gonna keep those. And then we have all of these books, which, to be honest, I am just gonna keep. I have a feeling that I have, like, hid some books behind here, though. So I'm just gonna see if I can find any. I don't really remember. I actually haven't. I think I removed those books in my last purge, but I saw a book that I can get rid of. It is this one. I read it and I liked it, but I didn't love it, so we don't need to keep it. But then the rest here, I think we're just gonna keep. Underneath those books, I have got these books, which I'm gonna keep. We have The Song of Achilles, which I still really need to read. We have The Spy and the Traitor, which is one of my favorites, and then The Silent Patient, which I'm also gonna keep. We then have all of these like red spined books. I am gonna keep most of these, I think, because I do still want to read them, and I have read some of them and really enjoyed them. Then we have these non-fiction books. Maybe I can get rid of some of these. If I'm totally honest with myself, I am never gonna read this book, even though it sounds really interesting, which is why I got it. I am just never gonna get around to this, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then this one as well, I think. I've had this for years, and I don't know. I'm just never gonna read it. I'm gonna keep that, The Uninhabitable Earth, which totally messed me up. I'm gonna keep this one, though. I have read this one, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think I loved it. So maybe I should get rid of this one. I'm gonna double check if I've read it or not, and if I have, I'm gonna get rid of it. It turns out I have read it, and I gave it 2 stars, so I'm gonna get rid of it. We've then got The Drunkard's Walk, which I wanna keep. They Can't Kill Us All, I'm gonna keep that. Still wanna read The Big Short. This is The Global Expansion of Britain. I'm gonna keep that. Shakespeare, World War II. This I'm gonna keep. I love this book. I also love this book and this book, so I'm gonna keep all of these. If you want like some fun science and like physics books, these are fantastic. Next, we have got all of my beautiful Penguin classics, which I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna look through them. We have some Christmas books, which I'm gonna keep. Poetry books, gonna keep those. If We Were Villains, I'm gonna try to read this fall, and then we have another edition of The Secret History, which I'm also gonna keep. Here we have another messy shelf, so we're just gonna go through it. On the top here, we have got this book. This is a book in Norwegian that I was sent by the publishers, and to be honest, I don't think I'm ever gonna read this, so I'm just gonna get rid of it, even though it was very kind of them to send it to me. I'm also going to get rid of this book, which I read not too long ago, last year, I think, and I, enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, and this is one of those books I'm actually really happy that I finally got around to reading. These 2 books I'm just gonna keep. This I'm gonna keep. This one, though, is going straight on that damn TBR pile of mine. This is one of those books I've kept for so many years, and I just can't get rid of it because I love the cover so much. But I'm gonna put it in my TBR pile, and if I don't read it soon, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep Sugar Money. It's a really good historical fiction novel. I'm gonna keep this one, which I'll probably never get rid of because a subscriber very kindly sent it to me. Then we have this pile. I'm gonna keep Dominicana, but I'm gonna get rid of Poems to Live Your Life by. Really enjoyed this, but I don't know. I don't really feel like I need to keep it in my life. And then we have this book, which I'm gonna keep. And, I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this book. This is a YA short story collection, and I got it because it's about witches, but then I read like 3-4 stories, and I didn't really like any of them, so I don't think I'm ever gonna get around to reading the rest of them, really. This is, again, a beautifully designed cover, though. It's really, really pretty. These next ones I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep this one and this one. These 2 books are some of my favorites. Gonna keep this and this. This one, though, I love Louis Theroux, and it was really fun to read his memoir and this book, but never gonna read it again. I actually think I might give this to one of my friends who's also a fan. She might like this. On the next shelf, we have got The Story of a Goat, which I'm gonna read soon. We have The Mother-in-Law, which I'm gonna keep. But I think that maybe this book can go on my TBR pile. I don't think I'm gonna read it if I don't put it on there. And the same goes for this one, actually. This is The Crane Wife by Patrick Ness. I really like Patrick Ness, but I bought this book and then I saw a lot of like not so great reviews for it, so I sort of didn't feel like reading it, but I kind of want to give it a go. I don't think I'm going to be able to get rid of it until I try it out. Then we have got these beautiful editions of Alice in Wonderland and Snow White and Cinderella. I'm going to keep these ones because they're beautiful. And then these ones, I think that this, the Queen of Hearts, I can put on my TBR pile because honestly, it was a little bit of a cover buy. This cover is absolutely gorgeous, but I don't remember what this book is about or why I was interested in it, and I've had it for ages, so in the TBR pile it goes. The last two books there I'm gonna keep. Then we have got this book, which I'm gonna keep. Gonna keep this one and this one. I actually don't know if I'm gonna keep this one. Maybe I should put this in the TBR pile as well. I got like a early copy of this and then a finished copy by the publisher, which was really nice of them, but I kind of lost interest in it a little bit, so I'm gonna put this in the TBR pile. Then we have got this book, which I read last year. It's a really like cozy mystery, but I didn't really love it, to be honest, and I'm not gonna keep going with the series, so gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna keep Stay With Me. This book is gonna go in my TBR pile because every time I do a book purge, I'm like, should I get rid of it or not? Still haven't read it, still think I want to, so that goes in the TBR pile. I'm gonna keep Educated and Fell. Gonna keep this and this one as well. Then we have Hood Feminism, which I'm definitely going to keep. That's a great book. And a crime novel that I'm also going to keep because I really want to read it. I'm going to keep this book. I actually really want to reread this because it's a fantastic, like, fun science book. Really need to read this book by Liz Moore. I'm going to keep this one because I actually really liked it. The more I think about this book, the more I actually realize how much I enjoyed it. I read it last summer and it was really fun. This book, though, I've had for such a long time, and I'm gonna put it in the TBR pile, I think. Last on the shelf, we have got my Handmaid's Tale books, which I'm, of course, gonna keep. On the bottom shelf, we have got this, like, classic penguin cover-to-cover book. I'm gonna keep that because it's fantastic. I'm gonna get rid of this book, though. This is a history book that I started reading, and I thought it was kind of dry, so I don't think I'm ever gonna pick this back up, so we can get rid of that one. I'm gonna keep this book because I really want to read it. Then we have Memoirs of a Geisha. I'm gonna keep that one as well, I think, but this one and this one, actually, both of these are gonna go on my TBR pile. I've had these for ages. I've heard really good things about this top one, at least, so I want to give it a go. And then this one I've honestly kept for ages because the cover is amazing. Down here we have got like fairy tales and stuff. Now that I think about it, these two books are actually the same book, except this is English and this is Norwegian. This is the Arabian Nights. But I'm just gonna keep them. I got this edition from a friend, so I don't want to get rid of it. We have Sherlock Holmes, which I'm gonna keep, and then here, this I want to keep. This is pretty new. We have The Five. I'm actually gonna give this to one of my friends who I think is really gonna like this. This was a great book. It was very, very interesting, and I think that she would enjoy it. I'm gonna keep my Isabel Greenberg books, of course, and then these are like graphic novels that I think I'm gonna keep. Then we have The Letter for the King, which I'm gonna keep. Then we have like Harry Potter, which I'm also gonna keep. So we've made it to the final shelf, and we're just gonna go through all of this, and we're gonna start up here. And I immediately see one book I can get rid of. I read this not too long ago. It's a really interesting and like pretty book, but I'm never gonna read it again, I don't think. And then I'm gonna keep this one, I think. This one, I think this one is gonna go in my TBR pile, actually. I'm gonna keep this and Normal People, of course. We have The Gendered Brain, which I'm gonna keep. All of these ones I'm gonna keep, I think. We then have My Sister the Serial Killer, which I'm gonna keep. The Unseen World, which is a fantastic novel. However, this one I am gonna put on my TBR pile. Gonna keep The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle because it's great. I'm gonna put this one on my TBR shelf as well because I've had it for ages. And then these ones I'm gonna keep, but actually these two bottom ones are also gonna go on my TBR thing, especially this one. I have wanted to read this book for ages and then I just never get around to it. Over here we have some Zora Neale Hurston, which I'm gonna keep, and then this one I'm still gonna keep because of the cover, even though I keep thinking I should get rid of it. I'm just gonna keep it. And then these two I'm also gonna keep. Down here we have my Phryne Fisher books, which I am going to keep. We have Everyone Knows You Go Home, which I still need to read. We have these two books, which I'm gonna keep, I think. I think maybe this can go on my TBR thing. I've heard like so many mixed things about this that I keep like wondering if I should read it or not. So maybe I should put this in my TBR pile. We then have Perfume, which I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep these books because I still want to read them. These I'm gonna keep because they're great. We're not doing amazing on the shelf so far. I'm gonna keep The Good People and Call Me By Your Name and Find Me. Really need to read the second one, even though I've heard very mixed things. This one, though, I can get rid of because I've read it and I'm not gonna read it again. These ones I'm gonna keep. Gonna keep this one and this one, but these two books I have read and I don't really feel like I need to keep them, so I'm gonna get rid of them, despite the one in the back here having an amazing cover. On the next shelf we have some Banana Yoshimoto, which I'm gonna keep, the Nakano Thrift Shop. I Am Malala, still really need to read this one, still haven't read it. I keep saying that and I forget about it. I'm gonna keep these ones, but this one I am gonna keep for now and then put this one on my TBR thing. I've heard amazing things about this book, but I just need something to like kick me into actually reading it. I'm gonna keep Man Tiger and these ones. I'm probably gonna keep most of these. Actually, not this one. I read it and I enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna keep going with the series, I don't think, because I just have a lot of cozy mystery series that I'm reading, and this one isn't like my favorite one, so gonna get rid of this one, but the rest I'm gonna keep. Then we have my Agatha Christie books, which are staying. We have This Is Gonna Hurt and Everything I Never Told You. More Agatha Christie, and then here we have got this book, which is by Caitlin Doughty, which I'm gonna keep, but I don't know about these ones. I actually think I'm gonna put this Han Kang book on my TBR thing because, I don't know, I've just had it for a really long time and I should just try reading it. On the second to last shelf, we have got some graphic novels here. We have We Are the Weather. I'm gonna keep that because I really need to read it. This one I can get rid of though because I read it and I liked it, but I didn't love it. I actually think I might get rid of these like comic books that I have because I've realized that I don't really like reading these types of comic books. I much prefer like these types of graphic novels. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of this one, even though I really liked this one. I'm just not gonna keep reading the series, I don't think. This one is pretty cool, but I'm gonna get rid of it. And then this one I enjoyed, but didn't love. And this one was fun, but I'm not gonna keep reading it. I then have some of these like little pamphlet comic book things, but these are more like standalones, so I'm gonna keep those. I'm gonna keep Mouse, which is one of my favorites. I'm gonna keep these two. And then we're moving on to novels. I'm gonna keep The Sun Does Shine. I'm gonna keep Terra Nullius and Erebus. Really need to read that. Gonna keep these ones. This one is a fantastic nonfiction book. I'm gonna keep this one, I think. But I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is a Norwegian, like, crime novel, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I might give this one of my friends, actually, who really likes crime. I'm gonna keep these because they're also crime novels. This one is really good. We have some Stephen Hawking, which I'm gonna keep. Then we're moving into poetry, which I don't think I'm gonna do a whole lot about. We do actually have some more novels on the top here, though. This one I'm gonna put in my TBR pile because I've had it for a really long time. We have A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which I'm gonna keep. And then we have The Farm, which I'm gonna get rid of because I've read it. I actually think we should take a look at these poetry books, though, because I'm sure I can get rid of a couple. I have, like, some Sappho, which I'm gonna keep. This one I really liked. I think I might get rid of this one, actually, because I read it and I didn't really love it. Carol Ann Duffy is not, like... I like her poetry, but it's not, like, my favorite style, so I think we can get rid of that one. We have that, which I really liked, and... I have so much poetry, and I really like a lot of it, because I usually get rid of stuff that I don't like. So, I don't know if we should do much here. Maybe... No, I want to keep that one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep most of them, so I got rid of one. Then we have got the very last shelf, and here we have got these books, which is actually the Witcher books that I really want to read. I got these a while ago, and yeah, I still want to read these, so we're gonna keep those, but I'm gonna put this book on my TBR thing because I've had it for ages. It's a nonfiction book about, like, someone in the Second World War, I think, and I just need, like, some help trying to actually get to this book because I keep forgetting about it. So this is going in my TBR pile. This book is also going to go in my TBR pile. I've had this for ages and I keep forgetting about it. And then this is like a Christmas book, which I'm going to keep. This is a book I need to read. This one I'm going to get rid of. This was sent to me by the publishers, and I just tried a couple of pages and I couldn't really get into it, so I don't think I'm ever going to get around to reading it, so we can get rid of that. I'm going to keep my Bernardine Evaristo, and then I'm going to keep this one. This book, though, I am going to get rid of because I read it and I didn't really love it, and I'm not going to keep going with the series, and I actually do have one of the other books in the series, but I'm never going to read it. I think I'm going to give up on this author, to be honest, because she's just not my favorite, so I'm going to get rid of this one and this one. Then we have this John Grisham novel. I'm going to put this in my TBR pile. I, like, want to try something by this author, but I never know where to start, and I just got this because it was on sale. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I'm gonna put it in my TBR pile. This book I'm gonna keep, still really need to read it. We have A Natural History of Dragons, which I'm gonna keep, and then I just have, like, a bunch of fun books that I'm just gonna keep. We have this nonfiction book, which is How to Die in Space. I'm gonna keep that one. But then I have another edition of Carrie by Stephen King. I thought that I had gotten rid of this book, but actually I had lent it to a friend who finally gave it back to me, and now I have two editions, and my other edition is much cooler. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then I'm gonna keep this, and this, but I'm gonna get rid of this one because I read it and I thought it was fine, but I didn't love it. Lastly on the shelf, we have got a bunch of nonfiction books, which I'm just gonna keep. And I think we should go through my TBR pile thing that I've made in this video because I picked out a lot more books for that than I thought, so we're gonna have to go through them and pick some of them to get rid of, I think. So these are the books that I've decided to get rid of, and I'm pretty pleased with this, but these are the books that I have, like, chosen to have on my TBR. This is too much, so we're gonna go through this and get rid of some of it. So I'm just gonna go through these TBR books and just try to get rid of some of them or most of them. We're just gonna start here. I'm gonna keep this book because I do still really want to read it, but I'm gonna get rid of this one. Let me know if any of you have any recommendations for John Grisham books and where to like start and which ones are the best ones. Let me know. I hope it's not this one, seeing as I'm getting rid of it, but yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations. I'm gonna keep this one because it's a book about the right to choose who you marry, and I think that sounds really interesting, and it's quite short, so I feel like I should be able to do it. And then I'm gonna keep this one because this is a book that I just, for some reason, think I'm really going to love, so I just need to try it. This one, though, I actually think that I might get rid of or give to a friend because I don't know. I don't really know if I'm that interested in this, to be honest, so we're just gonna let that go. I'm gonna keep these two books, though, because these are two books that I can't get rid of until I've tried reading them. That means, though, that I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, actually. If I, like, for some reason, change my mind about this book and want to read it, I can borrow it from one of my friends because I gave her one of the copies that I had, so we're gonna get rid of that one. This one, I don't remember what this is about. I'm gonna keep this one because it actually does sound very interesting, so this goes in the TBR pile. This one, though, I don't remember what it's about. So this is a book about like magic and folklore and stuff, so I'm gonna keep that actually and try it out. I'm gonna keep this one because I do want to read it. I might actually get rid of this one. I don't know. I've read some other books by this author and I don't remember really loving it, so I'm actually gonna get rid of this one, I think. And then these two, I'm gonna keep and try to like read a little bit in and see if I like it. Here, though, we have got these two books. I really want to try these. I think this is gonna be like a good read for summer, so I'm gonna keep those. This one is like super short, so I'm pretty sure I can read this one. I am gonna keep this one because I do want to read it. I just need to put it in this pile so that I actually do. Oh my god. I'm gonna end up keeping most of these. Gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep, Jesus Christ, these ones. I'm gonna get rid of this one then, and I'm also gonna get rid of this. And this, I have tried reading this, couldn't really get into it. I'm gonna keep this one because it sounds fun. Gonna keep this one as well because I want to give it a go. Gonna keep this one because I've heard great things. And then these two books I'm actually gonna get rid of just because I need to get rid of some stuff. That means that this pile is still like huge, but I'm just gonna put these a place where I can see them and try to read a couple a month or 3 or 4 or whatever. I'm gonna try reading them and see how it goes and then get rid of them if I don't like them. I am not great at like DNFing books, but with these books I am gonna DNF them if I don't like them. I actually put this pile in another place, so I forgot that this is also on my TBR. So we have got this one, which I'm gonna keep. Gonna keep this and this. Gonna get rid of this, I think. Gonna keep this and get rid of that one. So now the pile is even bigger. Now, because I ended up with way more books on my TBR pile than I thought I was going to, I think I'm gonna give myself to the end of the year to try and read these. And then if I haven't by the time the new year comes, it's time to just let these books go. Okay, everyone, that was kind of it for today. I am very pleased with myself. I feel like we did a good job, and I'm gonna go pack this stuff up properly now. This is probably gonna be quite a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And yeah, links to my Patreon and other social media will be in the description as usual if you're interested, and I'll see you soon. Bye!